West on 1287 2TM.
You surely are, and one thing you're going to get is you're going to get it straight. I might get in trouble for it, but you will get it straight. This Goody Two Shoes stuff now about Santas in shopping malls with kids and that sort of thing. I mean, we've got to a ridiculous level now. We've almost got to the point where we've got everybody saying Happy Holidays. It's hard to find a card or a Santa hat with Merry Christmas on it these days. It's saying Happy Holidays because we don't want to upset the non-Christians among us and whatever else. What a bunch of rubbish. Anyway, all this Happy Holiday stuff is now, in this Goody Two Shoes stuff, has now led to us, as a people saying, no, the shopping mall Santas now, they shouldn't be allowed to touch our children. Santa no longer, in some places, is allowed to sit on the big throne that he normally has. He's got to stand up and the child's got to stand in front of him because otherwise there's bodily contact, and with all the recent stories and awareness of pedophilia and all these sorts of things. The big ones that have been mentioned in the last couple of years have been fellows like Robert Hughes from Hey Dad, Bill Cosby and Rolf Harris. The thing is that the acts that these people were committing were committed back in the times that we're calling the good old days. They've only just been, caught for it now, if you like. So it doesn't make any sense. And I don't know, it makes me reminisce of a time that, you could go and sit on Santa's lap and tell him, now you're not even allowed to tell him. Well, you're allowed to tell him what you want for Christmas, but he's not allowed to say, okay, I'll do my best or whatever to get it. Not allowed to promise any more presents to kids because they can get off Santa's knee and then all of a sudden they don't get their present. They believe Santa isn't real and all this sort of stuff. We definitely believe Santa's real. We definitely believe in the legend and the magic of Christmas. But just, cast your mind back to a time, if you like, or imagine that there was a place once upon a time. A place where all of this Goody Two Shoes stuff, it just didn't matter, and that, where your curfew was the street lights. And your mum didn't have to text message you to tell you to come inside. She just yelled it was time to come in, or the neighbours would know that it was time for you to come in and send you home. That you played outside with your friends and that you didn't play online. And that if you didn't eat what your mother made you, well, you starved. And that hand sanitizer didn't exist. We rolled and played in the dirt. We washed our hands before dinner, and that was enough to get rid of the germs. But you could get your mouth washed out with soap. That was a definite possibility. And where we rode our bikes without helmets and, we'd fall off, we'd be 3 feet from the ground, we'd get back on the bike, and we're always told that the biggest thing was to get back on the bike. Not throw the bike away, not try and sue all the bike companies because the bikes weren't safe enough. And we all drank water from the garden hose. And we were also allowed to sit on Santa's knee. There was no problem with sitting on Santa's knee, God forbid. Imagine a place like that, hey? If a place like that existed now, what would we call it? Maybe somewhere over the rainbow. Hey, the world has got to an absolute ridiculous level. Doesn't make any sense to me. Here's one from the McClimates, and here's to you and I, 1287 2T.